Good news, everyone! Hamilton Beach came through and they sent me an awesome new food processor. In fact, it's bigger and better than the one before. Had to pay a little bit of an upcharge, but that's okay. They still came through. Regardless, I don't really think I have anything to blend tonight, so...
It's Some Guy Who Cooks, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Peppy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode brought to you by Brett Picorni.
Alright, obviously I'm not blending anything, and it is late, so I am tired. I'll be honest, I don't really feel like cooking much of anything right now, guys. I kind of just want to go to bed, so I'm going to make something quick. But rest assured, I am making something because you need to know how to cook. Alright, that was a little dramatic. Regardless, I'm making something, and I'm making something easy. Something easy, but super, super yummy delicious. Today I'm making elote, aka Mexican street corn, but seeing as it's super late, I don't quite have all the perfect ingredients, so it's going to be a little Americanized. But let's go ahead and go through everything we need. First up, corn. Check it out, I got 3 delicious looking ears of corn and one kind of sickly, gross looking one. Aluminum foil, lots and lots of butter. Then we gotta drop in some dukes. I love dropping dukes. Of course, we need some lime juice. Seasonings. Cayenne, chipotle, garlic, onion, and chili powder. And finally, there's one more ingredient we need here. Now, it's too late to go to the Hispanic market because that's where I would get it. But I have something simpler. We need cotija cheese. But alas, I don't regularly carry that in my fridge. I do, however, have the grated processed Parmesan, which we'll do in a pinch, and right now we're in a bit of a pinch. Now I'm handling the process of cooking this corn a little different than usual. Traditionally, you'd probably just boil it for a few minutes before you coated it in all your seasoning and your mayonnaise and your cheese. However, I want my corn to be a little more special. Nothing difficult, nothing fancy. All we're gonna do is make a nice little cocoon of aluminum foil. Wrap our ears of corn up in that, drop in some butter, and of course that seasoning, and bake it for a bit. If I had the grill going, I would grill it, but that's okay. First things first, we have our corn. I'm gonna trust you don't need me to show you how to shuck corn. I will, however, give you a fun fact. See this little thread? This is called corn silk, and you can actually make tea out of this stuff. Anyway, we've got our corn. Let's start making our cocoons. This is dollar store tin foil. It's really cheap, so I'm gonna fold it in half first. We got a nice big square, and we're just gonna plop down our first ear of corn here. I'm gonna fold up these edges a little bit so I can turn it into a corn boat, and of course I just poked a hole in the end, seal it off a bit. We want to mix all our seasonings together here, okay? No use in keeping them separate here. Ooh. Anyway, we're gonna ploop down a nice hunk of butter, a nice little section of our seasoning, and a good squirt of lime juice. And now we're just gonna wrap this up real good and tight, almost like a burrito. So that's our ear of corn with butter, seasoning, and lime, and we're gonna bake this for a little while, enough that those flavors can really kind of sink into the corn. And we're gonna do that with all 4 before popping them in the oven. Alright guys, corn's been going. I think it's about time to pull it out of the oven now. Better safe than sorry, let's double bag it. Time to go. Can't thumbs up in these. And here it is. Cast iron full of corn. But it's all wrapped up and stuff. Let's go ahead and unravel one of these bad boys. Woo! See the steam pouring right off of that. Oh, that's cool. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually handle this. Do not touch that cast iron with your bare hands because you will regret it. I know from experience experience. But anyway, the foil cools off pretty quickly, and we've got our corn still hot, but not burn you hot. Now, this isn't the traditional way to do elote, at least not this part, but I like getting that seasoning nice and in there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this corn, put it right on the plate, and I'm gonna start spreading the mayonnaise on it. Now, in this foil here, that's a lot of flavor. If you don't want this to go to waste, I mean, you can use it on something, whether you want to smear it on bread or if you want to scrape it off into, I don't know. I'm sure you can figure it out. I don't feel like doing any cooking or putting this away in something right now, though, so sorry. You're going right in the, as the French would say it, garbage. He shoots, he scores. But anyway, time to duke it down. You don't need a super thick layer of mayonnaise, just enough that you can stick on this cheese. Honestly, the moisture from all that butter might be enough to stick the cheese, but better safe than sorry, right? Plus, the mayonnaise adds a little extra flavor. If you know me, you know I'm not big on mayonnaise, but I gotta do something with all this dukes. Now, the next and greatest step, adding the cheese. You know, one way you can do this is actually just having a nice big thing of cheese down on the plate and then using a spoon to scoop it on up onto the corn. But, you know, shaking it on here works too. Be liberal with it, guys. Now, like I said, this is Parmesan, not cotija, so it's not quite as good, but it'll get the job done in a pinch. Right now, what I got here is a little extra chili powder that we're gonna throw on this too. Give it a nice color, a little extra flavor, and then to really crown this gem, some more lime juice. You don't need a ton here, just a couple drizzles will do. Almost like you're just squeezing a quarter of a wedge. But anyway, that's it. It's, you know, it may not look super pretty, but something tells me it's gonna taste pretty. Let's see. Oh wait, there is a difference between the cotija and the Parmesan, but dang, that's good. Confession time, this is my first time ever making this. So, naturally, it's not going to look amazing. But then again, how amazing can corn look? Regardless, it tastes great, guys. It's really easy to do, and it doesn't take too long. You don't need to be a professional chef to make this. You could just be some guy who cooks, kind of like me. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, make sure you like and subscribe, and share it with your friends so I can keep sharing the love. That's some tasty corn.